Some other things. I was showing you Optum. That's insurance company. So suppose they have internal networks, and suppose they need to have news for something, or they need to have customers. Before, that network is external network. It did not exist because if I was thinking, so I know what I was thinking about. I know my thinking. So before, if they have a customer, they need to call on the phone, and you can check even. They had no customers checking them online. So whoever was talking about internet, all that, they did not have that system I came to, because I came to that in 92. And all they had, like the Optum or other insurance companies, all they had is internal networks. They had phone, and they were probably doing mailing or some kind of info, those folding, one paper folding, or some kind of information, but it was not available online. So I came to my system in 92. So you can check after 92, those like insurance companies, they basically started to show to their customers different services. But that one is my way, it's not internet way, because I was in Minneapolis, and like I said, I now work for internet, and that is not web, because web didn't come to that system and network. So if somebody is saying, oh, you can check us on the web, they don't check on the web, they check their site on my system. They don't check on the web. And the web is, like I said before, web basically from the user to computers, instead of going wires like a straight signal, it's splitting into pockets and then putting back. It's basically for the wire, for the networking, how to say, it's for the networking. It's basically faster networking, I guess. So you don't explore the technology of transmitting the signal or splitting the signal. You explore the system and you explore the site. So that's what I came to. But somebody is giving the wrong name to that. It's not web. Web cannot say that's my system. There is no person like that. If web will say that's his system, that would be fraud, because it's not his system. And that e-commerce, it's not web's e-commerce. And that insurance company dealing or selling anything online, it's not web sales, because web never came to me. It's like, let's say someone came to, like, say, particular car. There's certain things involved, right? Design and technology and way, some kind of special new car. Now, car has, for faster way, it has, like, let's say, transmission, first gear, second, third, fourth. You don't call the whole car as transmission. Transmission is only a part of it. It's just for certain traveling. For certain traveling, it's just the split is like that. For gears, because when you start, you need lower gear, more torque, and later you switch to higher gear, so it's basically more kind of rolling. Okay, so that's what my system is. It does have certain things which is not mine, but you need to come to something that will work and you can deliver, right? So, for instance, Oracle putting computers inside of Optum, but that was for their work. And my way is external, like I said. It means, yeah, they can work, but because my exploring is actually started to explore from home, I have a lot of packages which is for home exploring and for after work exploring. For me, there is no reason to put inside of business Oracle building. So, because that's kind of another side of my e-commerce, a lot of it is after work. Because normally people buy things after work. They don't buy during the work, unless it's a business. So, for me, that was actually another reason I don't need to have any systems inside of that, like Optum. Now, there are many Optums like that, or many other names. So, the situation is the same. I don't need to do any e-commerce for them because it's after work pretty much to me. And originally, it was made for after work for me. So, but because people, they have certain needs besides buying online, they have needs like to check bank account or check insurance company or things like that. They started to explore other things besides buying. So, and it turns out to be a certain network, but that's not internet, believe me. Because internet, first of all, it was not made originally for home. If they say it was in Russian army, that's not home, you see. And second thing is, my packages are so different. It just doesn't fit, Russian army style, because like social network, all this shopping, or like those packages like Amazon or eBay, or auction and all that. That's designed for home. It's not designed for any really business use. Now, for business use, what I said about business use, I said because my further thinking was okay, I'm done, kind of, in some sense done, because I assume I have a lot of not my stores, not my packages, so I assume they can make that my system more complete. So I started to think about businesses, what I can do for businesses, because I assume they have already whatever they need, they have, or whoever is doing business for them, that's fine, they can do it. So I'm not trying to take any market. For me, that's fine. If they want it, that's fine. I'm not trying to take that internal network computing, because actually for many things it's better, because nobody's bothering you from outside. So for me it's fine. But now what can I do? And I started to think about different online supportive software and online supportive business, those packages. I came to conclusion it should basically support their business to help them in other ways that they have. So suppose they have like this building, I don't know who is doing, suppose Oracle is putting computer. I've seen before in United Healthcare they have Oracle computers. All those computers are for insurance people, well, they have phone calls and they have different, I guess, names and addresses and insurance and all that, and they pull that information. So if somebody is calling, they're getting that information. Basically, that is supportive for them to see the plan, payments, whatever. Now, what can I do in my case? Because that's fine. Whatever they do, they do. But for me, what they can do online, I did think for some time. I came to the conclusion it should be supportive. Something, but not that. Whatever they have, that's fine. But actually, I came to the idea of supportive for business. Like suppose some people need, like, let's say, like I said before, like insurance agent, like certain people on commissions. I know they travel, they do travel. So if they travel, I assume they don't have big computers and they cannot rely on, going somewhere, keep checking. So suppose they have laptops, small laptops, and they go. But in my case, they can be connected. Could be some supportive business software or things for them to see. Now, because my system allow access to many users, in my case, insurance agent can communicate with far away, let's say, corporate people. Like normally, like say internal system, if before 92, if some agent go outside, he cannot really deal with corporate people using computer. Most likely he need to call. So that's what they were doing. That's what I assume they were doing. They were calling because there is no way. Otherwise, he would need to go to some kind of local company like that, Optum, and try to get someone there. So, but it wasn't anything online. So in my case, insurance agent can communicate with the corporate or some main people online. That's what you see today. If, for instance, the same Optum today wanna deal with corporate or want to check something, see videos, he doesn't go to network to his network. Okay, and he doesn't go to Russian Army network, because if he would go to Russian Army network, you would see probably a lot of soldiers, but you don't see Russian Army, you don't see internal network. What they see is they see my system and packages on my system, and when they communicate, it does not go to other user in a normal way over the cable or wire. It goes to the system with computer servers, and if it's email, it will leave the message there. It will not go to the user. But if it is like, say, chat, it will still go through the system, because everything is on the system would be. But it gives other user the form. Okay, it's like app, right? They call app or form. And that form is connected to the system. So whoever is submitting the chat message is going to the system, and instead of leaving the message, it can go to the other user. What I said beside that, I said it can even, like, if other person is not available, it can save that message on the system. So other user, for instance, opening chat form and he can see the message. Normally, if you chat like with previous network configurations, if somebody is sending the message, another user is not there, you cannot leave the message because other computer is not working, for instance. If other computer not working, nobody there, you cannot leave the message. You need a system between to leave the message. So that's what I had. I had a system where they can leave the message or email in case if person is not there. But if the person is there, he has a form, some call apps, but let's say form, which is working with that system, right? And you can get the message. Now, that form is not like a previous form. It's just a form. My form can have links, okay, different links. And when you click on link, it can pull things from my system because it's going through the system. It's with the system. I can put shopping, I can put social network, I can put anything on my form, and if they click, it will link to shopping or social network or anything else because it is within my system, it's going through the system. In a normal way, it would not link to anything, it just form and wire between. You see what I mean? So suppose, and then I had a plan actually to have few users for video. That's what they turn out to have. For video, I had a plan to have few users in one time. Now that few users is going through the system. It's not going through individual cables and whatever. And the software is put together on user end. It doesn't put on user end. Nothing is on user end. On user end, only webcam and microphone and small app. And that app is connected to the servers, computers where you have the main software. Now, if you have a few other users, because you have big system there, you can add, and you can make a software to have few people on one screen. But that's coming from the system. It's not forming on user end, putting different people. So what is web? They call web chat or whatever. They have different names like that. So if somebody is having the video conference or whatever they call it, that's what it is. Basically, everybody has app. And it's going to the system. On the system, it's out of few users. It's forming one output with few people inside, okay? And then that's what you see. Now, what I think about maximum users. Well, you need to see them. I mean, to me, it could be many, but not too many, because you don't need to have so tiny ones, you know. Otherwise, you don't see anything. Yeah, they're there, but you don't see. So, whatever, you know, whatever people think is right. But again, it's based on technologies, because the cable should accommodate. You cannot put 1 million of those videos and try to push through the line. There is limit. There is certain limit based on technology and because of the connection and how much megabytes can go through and all that. So it should be observed technological side, not just what you want to see on the screen. Um, but in general, in '92 for me it was for few people. That's what I say, for few people. I did not specify exactly. To me, today can be 3, tomorrow can be 6, next day can be 4. It could be different. It depends on who you choose. For me, it was depends on who you choose or who is participating. Now, for like, I could make another version for, let's say, for a class. For a class, maybe I don't see it, but I could make for a class. But it would be a lot of videos going through. I don't know if the line will even allow you to do that. I could make one big and many small ones, but the main thing is my system is external, and whatever is going to the system and back from the system, it's going over the line, and that line can accommodate so much or so little. So it's not only what servers can allow, but what the lines can allow. So that's what I said, and I said it should be fast. Well, fiber optics, you consider it fast, but beside fast, you need certain number of lines. It's not only fast. It can be 100 users for one line. The line is super fast, but you need many lines. Realistically, you need to have many lines. So, coming back to business package, for the business, like you see those conferences, all like my chat for few people. I think that one is good supportive because that's what I see people kind of accept it and use. Some use, some kind of still on other sides and kind of are not for me. But I see, like on TV, I've seen another day, Bill Gates' wife, she said they were using like those video conference. So that's actually my way. That's not internet way. Because with internet, with original internet, it should be on user end, putting all people together, and there is no clear way how they would do that. Because if my system international, for me there is not even clear way what kind of international configuration for internet would be. Because if they have one going to 3 users, like 3 lines for one user, and it's going to every user. To me, it's like a big net of wires. To me, you can get lost in all those wires. Normally you would need to mark 1, 2, 3, I guess, for every user. But realistically, for international network, you need to basically multiply all those lines by 3, and then in case of conference, you would need to form and to have all the software forming on user end. They don't have anything, believe me, they don't have anything forming on user end. They only have small app connecting to servers, and they form everything there, not on user end. That's what my system was, to form there. And that external forming before did not exist, because I came to external system first, because in logic, then servers of computers, mainframes, and then you have certain software that works with it. It's all like together. You cannot really take away, because it was based on logic, and at the end it will be a certain look or experience, user experience. That's what people have, certain user experience. To achieve that user experience, that's what I was thinking about. Because that's why I said I need like redirecting. I could not achieve certain things for the public, I guess, exploring. Uh, I could not achieve by normal ways of cables. I just couldn't. Unless, like I said, you could achieve if you put a lot of software on user end. You can achieve, but for me, even if I achieve on user end, then for me the international part was very difficult. How can I resolve international part? How how do they know? Well, I could do something maybe, but I was thinking many times in different ways to keep changing. For me, it was in some sense brainstorming and whatever techniques they have, brain mapping, visualizing, all that, you know. So I was using different ways, problem solving. I was thinking this way or this way. I got tired of thinking, but later I just came logically. I need the redirecting part because otherwise it just doesn't work. And then I can put everything on my side, not user end, and then you can have that experience. So now you can put what you see today. You can have video chat with foreign countries. See, before I don't think they had any chat really. I did not see any chat. Uh, but because my system is allowing international chat, now you can make international video chat. You see, so in some sense it is. It's a new thing. It's a what they say innovation. It's a new way people started to live by. Okay, so to me it is innovation. I don't, but they keep talking about web or internet. I'm telling you again, it's not web, it's not internet. It is certain innovation I came to. It's certain packages, which is software, certain way of communicating through the system, that external system. That external system has international lines. It's going to international system. So now, if I have that, I can have chat and I can put the link. Let's say some kind of Swiss watch link. I can have on my chat form Swiss watch link. I can click. It can take me to Switzerland. Right now, I can have on my form. Just click. It will give me Switzerland. So you see, before normally, if I have chat between two people, you did not have any Swiss watch. See, you couldn't get it. You couldn't get anything. It was a line between two users. You are lucky to have few users connected. Before, actually, in a normal way of communicating, they did not have few users connecting in one time. I did not see really networking like this. Because even if you connect few users in one time, then your network card should accommodate few users coming to your network card. Which is normally they did not have this. Like if you buy a computer in 92, if there is a network card, it's only like one output, input output. There is not like few inputs outputs. I don't think so. So if they have one input output for the network card, basically it's only one user will be. There is no other user. Yeah, you can communicate, but it's only one user. Now, you cannot have, in that case, you cannot have few users, what they have right now, a video conference. You cannot have few users with that way, and you cannot have like clicking on shopping or Swiss watch or social network or anything you put there. You cannot have it. You would need to connect the line. That's why I said I came to e-commerce. I can go to many places without switching the line. That was my e-commerce. Normally e-commerce you need to switch the line. It means if you buy, if one computer is at one place, another computer another place, if that seller is selling something to other person, for me to go to other seller, I would need to switch the line somewhere, either on my end or that business name. Or suppose I can make some kind of switching equipment, but I would need to connect everybody to the switching equipment. I'm already changing. That's already would be some kind of different way. It's not the internet, some kind of switching equipment. So now besides switching equipment, I have systems attached, a lot of service that would give you extra. So that's what I'm saying. So my system basically has certain abilities, and for business purposes, I would say I can explore certain areas where internal networks pretty much cannot do certain things, because certain things they cannot do. And I could explore like certain niche markets where people they might need something, uh, but it they cannot do that with uh, external network. I see like Microsoft is doing like certain online 365 or Adobe they have online. Before no Adobe online, believe me. And even today, like say Adobe online or this, well, that's one of the solutions I would say for the business. So I can explore like I don't work there, but if I will do something, I will just explore those areas because I'm not gonna do anything for internal networks. There is no need for me unless I really want for something. But otherwise, I can just stay with my system and whatever is out there. But I was trying to get money for all this time, and they just use and don't pay. I don't really like that kind of. I don't like that group. Honestly, I don't like. Another site, I had what they call right now iCloud. That's actually storage for my system. So whatever you see, like cloud, iCloud, whatever name they had, um, those basically that is a storage, and I came to that for actually business purposes. For me, that was like close to the end after e-commerce, whatever I came to after social network. I came to conclusion that those businesses and whatever I want to do for businesses, I need to have a certain storage because some businesses might have certain needs. They might need like much more room than a site, normal site, or they might have like strictly storing something, because the site for me was like it's just a site. It has certain design. It's showing this or that. Now to store, like if you have a business to store something, you need to have certain storage. Now, in my case, like for instance, like I was saying about insurance, suppose insurance agent or anyone that might need external system and would like to have that easy way of not carrying computers with them, big computers. So if they want to go online like this, and they would like to store something, so I have that storage for them. Again, that cloud is not a legal name to me. Someone gave the name, but they are not the talent for that system and the whole purpose of that storage. So it's made up as internet. It's not internet because internet never had that system of storage. Now uh, that storage, I can, to me from '92, that storage I can use for different things. For businesses, it could be used for videos, it could be used for many things. Suppose somebody want to make video, those video site, like some say video site. For them to put maybe computers inside of my building, it's a problem to build a building outside or purchase building outside close to my building to connect. Maybe it's just too much problems. So they just want to go with ready computers because somebody might call and ask, do you have any computers ready for us? So for that purpose, actually, I had, extra computers that people can use for big files, like some kind of big business, things. So that was a part of my offers for the business. So if you see today, like Google has like cloud business, whatever, that's my business. That's a part of my system. That's not Google's way. They didn't start from scratch. Someone told them. I'm sure my ex-wife told people, and they came and implemented. But it's not Google's thinking from scratch. And the same other ones. I think Apple too. Probably someone told Apple, and they made it. But originally, from '92, it was an extra storage for my system, and it was a term to use for businesses, who need like extra room or big room, or let's say Nasdaq, or those big guys, big Dow Jones, because while they can afford to put their computers close to my building, so but they might need some kind of help with something. But for them, maybe they don't need that kind of my storage. But they could put on computers and connect to my system for people to see. Now, if somebody will say, no, for now we just want to go with you, later we might purchase a building and put our computers and connect to our computers. That's okay with me too. So for me, it was like I have storage for different reasons and purposes, and that's a part of my system, which is like I said, it's mostly for the business. It was designed at the end close to the business. I mean, for the business. So uh, now, when I have that storage, what I had in mind, if I have that storage, I will think later about what software, because at that time I was tired of thinking about different things, and I thought for the business, I wanted to have certain, I guess, look and certain purpose, and I had to study market more exactly what they need, and for me to make a complete package, I would say I would need to do certain research, and like when you observe for design thinking, observe. I would need to observe more certain things because I want to make complete. Now, some things were made for business already at that time, like trading online. Before it wasn't trading online, so I came to the trading online, and some kind of professional people would handle those buying and selling shares, or other instruments. So to me, that was already business. And in terms of uh, other internal networks did not offer to the public any trading. They had traded between banks or something, but that's a different system. So even today, what you see is they might have that network internal, but when it comes to like public trading, they use my system for the public trading. They don't use internal networks. So that one trading. Now, what else I had for the business? I had like certain things for programmers. My ex-wife was talking about programmers. For programmers, I had kind of like I said at that time. I said maybe I give them like certain space, basically kind of like a smaller storage, I guess, not as big as for businesses, but like a smaller storage. The same they can rent maybe like a space and to do all their programming there. Because I thought at that time, if I have sites and shops and all that, but to program something for them to talk or program. But honestly, I did not like to mix their programming because if I mix programming, it might affect my system. It might damage something. Someone can program. So for me, it was like it just between them kind of talk, but it should not really affect my system, my programming. But I wasn't sure. I even wanted to talk to specialists because to give your system to other people, they try different programming. To me, it's, you better just try on your computer. But to talk, maybe it's okay, but I don't like affecting my computer by your programming. So that's how I did think about it. But for programmers, I guess it could be something for programmers. But I need to talk. I would need to talk to certain security or like computer specialists because if they try to program something on my computers, because I have linking here and there, I don't want to go anything to any other place. I don't want them to basically confuse or damage my system. I might even make them to program in other language than I have. So that would be more secure. But anyway, I actually said maybe, but I did not really think too much about programmers are trying to program on my system. I think one of the reasons right now, the what they call cyber attacks and all that, because I think they made those computers like iCloud or Cloud, which is storage. I think they allow them to program, and that programming is affecting the system. But like I said, for me, it wasn't like that. If they program, to me, their programming should be actually not affecting the system. I might even go with other language. I might say you can do program everything, but not in that language, like in some other language. But what they've made open source. Many times they have open source. They decide to use open source, but when programmers are trying to program something, they use open source too. Maybe they somehow affecting the system. So, so my system is external, like I said before. And let me just kind of drive around, walk around, and see what I can find. Because if my system is external and I have nothing to do with internal networks. That's already my niche market. So I can do something they cannot do, right? Oh, they can do something I cannot do, but it's their niche market. So, for instance, I'm driving right now in Newport Beach. I see a lot of houses. Okay, what can I do for houses? But if I'm talking about the business, what can I do about houses and business? My first thing come in mind, yeah, that is houses, but some might have office, home office, you see? And let me show you. You see, it's just a bunch of houses. But it does not mean they have no home office. That is just one of examples. So, okay, my niche market would be like this. I have external system and I have many things for exploring from home. Now, some have offices, so my niche market is what? To have a software helping home offices to do something, some kind of business, right? So I go from there. Now my next question is how it will look. So I drove not even 10 minutes, okay? Because based on design thinking, you need to observe. So I did observe what? Houses, but counting thinking. Okay, I need to do something for businesses. Well, I guess they have home offices. So my number one thing, okay, came to idea of home office. Okay. Now, second thing is I see new construction. Well, new construction, it's not really like Optum. They have computers inside. New construction can mean no computers. Many times, actually, construction companies, if they had computers, it would be very limited, you know. Yeah, they have blueprints on the table, they have this, that, but computers just for like certain statistics, I guess, for certain things. So I have second idea. Okay, I can do maybe I can do something for construction company. And since they do a lot of external business, and you know they build something, maybe I can do something for them. So I have a second idea. I can maybe do something for construction company. So that's my niche market based on my external system and based on my network, and I have short wireless. You see, I have that external system access. Okay. So now, let me see. Now I keep driving. I'm trying to see more. Sometimes I don't need to walk around. You see this AT&T? I see AT&T building. I can tell you that's not web, that's not internet. Anytime they print internet and web, that's a false statement. It's not internet, it's not web, believe me. That's my system. And those false statements are everywhere. You know, someone made up internet web, it's not internet, not web. And even big companies need to go with it. Even Harvard need to go with it, you see? It's all made up, believe me. So that was 7-Eleven. And next to 7-Eleven, there is a small office building space. You see, realistically, they don't have room for big mainframe computers. So now I have home office, and then I have this office space. So in this case, this office cannot fit like IBM big or Oracle big mainframe computers. So I could make something for them. And there are many of them. There are many offices like that. Okay, now you see like this, for instance. Video conference. But anyway, I don't want to go. Suppose images. Video conference. Okay, so video conference. So you see like this. This is not internet. And it's not web. Web never came to this video chat. Web means certain person responsible for web, and he is doing something. So in case of design like this, picture design, whatever for Google, that's my design. That's not web's design. Because web, if web is pockets, he didn't do design. And this is not web chat. This is my way of chat. So because sometimes I'm tired of it, keep looking at the web. Not web. This is not web and not internet. Again, what it is. Okay, this user. Okay, one user, second user. This user has a form, what they call app. Okay, this one has form to app. That's how I had in 92. And has icon, for instance. So this user is going to the system, and then on the system there is a software. So this app is working with the software on the system. Okay, so because I have many users, my software package can allow many users to be on one screen. So I form my, how to say, like say this app form, right? So I can form here, whatever comes here will have, for instance, 4 people. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 users. Because I have many things, I can make one. See? So what I do, I have many people, and then out of many people, based on email or name, I can have pre-made 4, 6 or whatever number of people, and then you see on your user end. That's how it works. That's how I had. First I came to normal form, which like was Yahoo chat or any chat. And then later I came to, when I was thinking later, I came to few users on this. Because if you have a family, and for instance, if you have family and if you have few family members, What if you want to see few of them? Because before the system normally had a cable here between users. So for me to have few users, I need to have few cables from different users. Then I could see somehow. But then I need to put everything on my end, that forming software on my end. It could be, but that was more like internal network way between users. So I decided when I was doing that form, my other stage, like I said, few users. So few users, and I can have beside users, if I want, I can add anything. I can have link to social network, videos, banks, anything I want, because I'm giving them back. I can add anything. So for instance, they download form, and it will be like links, and those links would work with any of my packages. That's how it is. So this system and this kind of chat is not web. Web never came to this. And internet is not internet, because internet doesn't have all that big thing between users and putting them together. Because if it's internet, original internet, that's what I've seen in books. If this user, okay, this user, okay, this has, okay, for me to put them all on the screen, I need to have cables from all of them, and I would need to have software making everything on my end. But realistically, nobody is having on their end. On their end, they only have small app today. Small app that accessing the system. Well, this is my way. User, go to the direct, because this user could be international. One of the users. So in my case, I can put not only American users, I could put like European or any other continent or country user. Okay, and then I can put them together using software, and that few users, that the picture would go back to every user, so they can see each other. See what I mean? Now in this case, if this wanna have all of them on his screen, he would need to have cables from each person. So and he would need to put he would need to make a software on his end. But realistically, to have cables from every person, that would be too much. Even like say 10 cables, you only see 10 people or 8 people. It's already so many cables. Now in my case, I don't have 10 cables. I have only one line. Well, I have second backup, but suppose one line. That's what you have. You have only one line. But you can see few users on the screen. And on top of it, some of them, because of my redirecting part, some of them can be from overseas. You see, that's my way of video conferencing. Or originally I came to that actually for like home use, but then it could be used for business. So video conferencing, it's actually the same as you use for family members. Like this, for instance, this particular, like this has 6, for instance. No, this is 9. Okay, 9 is good enough, but I didn't like to make too many. 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, maybe 9, but I didn't like to make 1 million, definitely. So you have this user, right? The original was for family members, because you talk and they talk and this talk and this talk. For me, it was interesting to see at the same time few people. So it turned out to be like that. So it's not web, like I said. So now, because my system is external and I have external things, I can use this for like small businesses, for different purposes, you know. Now even those big companies like Oracle, IBM and any similar ones, they did not have like this before, because they had internal networks, but suppose they can make it for, like, say, Oracle Inside. For Oracle Inside they can make like this, and they can do this. But if, for instance, one Oracle in let's say Switzerland, second in like Spain, third one in Japan, and so far, he didn't have network that could allow different people from different countries to put like that. He would need to run cable, or he would need to have own network. So even if they had own network, they could make like this. But now when he get home, so basically they would need to run internal networks to home if they want to have this. So my way is different. I did not think about combining internal networks with home and everything. So I just made for the house. This is for like outside of work basically, but it can be used. So, but they would need to go to a different system. It's not internal system, network and conference. Now, if you see a lot of those like chat, if you see a lot of chat, they can be, most likely they came from my ex-wife talk again, and her people, probably Communist Party has big part in it, or Eastern Germans. And then that was my part of my system. That wasn't for free. And believe it or not, that was for me to implement and use, not for everybody. So, well, it turned out to be for everybody, but I need my money. It's not for free. Whatever they play, it's not free. I came to this for the business, and they used, and they want to get my money basically. They want to get part of my money. Somebody is keep telling them they want money from me. Well, my ex-wife probably wrote some paper, look like I am okay with it. No, I'm not okay. Not okay, that's fraud. Because I'm really feel like upset with it. Now, talking about, let me see what I said. I said about small office. Small office. You see, like this one, they could come from my ex-wife. That could be communist too. Talking about small business software. And they placed that, because that was my system, whatever. And they placed that either on their site, which is bigger gigabytes or terabytes, or it's computers on demand, which they call cloud. So that's how my later project was.